You. We are back again. It is time for a bit of baseball, especially when the servers are absolutely cooked. What's going on, everybody? It is great to be back. We are kicking things off with some franchise tonight rather than Diamond Dynasty because, again, the servers are absolutely cooked. So I am ready to go. What is up, everybody? To Alpha, to Habs, on the verge of straight A's to close out year 3. What a guy. What a guy. It's good to see all of you. For those that missed it last night, we ended things with a draft that Montreal yet again won, much to my chagrin. Unfortunately, taking Dudley Boyce didn't really work out. I'm going to get the table and put him through it. Yeah, I did okay compared to the other teams. You guys did very, 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 very well. So, again, you will have the advantage moving forward at this stage as well. 25 and 30 versus my 24 and 32. Things are looking good for the Expos. We are going to get right down to business and into the All-Star game. Let's see how much progress we can make here over the next little bit until the servers are back up so that I can get back on the Diamond Dynasty grind because that mode is tremendous. Bagel, you indeed missed a draft to end last night. You did indeed. With that, let's see who made the All-Star game. Let's see who made the All-Star game. We got AA All-Stars, no Home Run Derby participants. So the All-Star game, of course, you get at least one nomination, but the question is, do we have more than that? As Antonio Estrada has been traded for Helio Ramos. Damn, dude, that guy's sick. 22 and an 87? Jesus. That's a hell of a player. It's a hell of a player. Fish, it's great to have you here. Habs, I already have the new Houston Street. I was going to start working on the Conquest map, too. All I have to do is capture the strongholds, so yeah, I did a lot of Diamond Dynasty moments grinding and stuff like that today. As the All-Star game is in Baltimore for your NL starters, or NL pitchers, I should say. I'm up here now. Daniel Yamamoto made the All-Star game for me. Beautifully done, Daniel. Damn Daniel. That's right. I said it. I did see what Vladdy did to date this whenever it eventually goes up on YouTube. 3 home runs for Vladdy. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know how you could root against. I don't know how you could root against Junior. I really don't. Do I have anybody else? Chris Gill, my catcher. So I only had one dude make the All-Star game this year, compared to, I think, 3 last year, which is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal indeed. For the AL All-Stars, do we have any Expos? The answer is yes, Rufus Rios. In his rookie season, at 24 years old, goes to the All-Star game. There's Vladdy, by the way. And he is the only big-name player for you guys. So for both of us, just one All-Star apiece from the looks of it. That's pretty disappointing, in my view. Montreal at 39 and 52. We have identical records. Identical records as of the All-Star break. That is something. That is something. Let's keep going. Of course, we'll look at the stats at the end of the season, but for now, we'll keep it up. Neck and neck. As Jason Farrell gets traded to the Twins. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. And of course, we get to like contract extensions, but those always seem to glitch out on me, so I won't worry about it. Let's see, Colorado struggling to hit. 40 wins! Vladdy's on the move. He's not even a Blue Jay anymore. He goes from the Rangers to the Reds. There you go. Hits 3 home runs in a day and gets traded. Vladdy to Cincinnati. And the Reds are offering the Rockies a trade. I at least want to see what it is. It's Kyle Tucker for Abraham Getz and Ricky, don't call me Martin, Garvin. Or Ronnie Garvin. Rubbish Ronnie Garbage. My God, the Reds have Baez, Alonso, Jr. How good is Getz? I'm not taking this, obviously. Nope. I just wanted to see it. It's the first time we've gotten a trade offer from either team. Colorado sitting at 39 and 64. The Expos at 44 and 59. Methinks the Expos are going to end up as the better team at the end of this season. We'll see how it goes through August. Montreal sticking around 45 wins. Big winning streak there. 55 and 76 for the Expos. 51 and 80 for the Rockies. Advantage right now to the Expos. By far. Let's see how this month goes. Montreal, I mean, you guys are going to finish below 80 wins and below 500, but you're approaching 70. Montreal with their best record so far, 72 wins in a season. Tremendous stuff. The Rockies at 64 and 98. The Expos are looking good right now. The Expos are looking good. I can't deny it. So we got to look at the playoffs here. So it'll be Seattle and Minnesota. Winner plays Boston. Cleveland plays Oakland. And in the NL, it's San Diego and the Cubs. Winner plays the Dodgers. Philly plays St. Louis. So in terms of the AL, the Expos hardly the worst team in the American League. Hardly. You got Baltimore, Detroit, and Texas behind them. In the NL, the Rockies were the worst. It's looking good for the Expos. We got award winners. We got league leaders. We'll see how that plays out. This is the first time neither team lost 100 games. For the Expos, in the pitching rotation, you had James Shim. And actually here, we'll just go to stats. So for your starting pitchers here, Liberatore, a team high 11 wins. He's now up to an 81 overall. You had Scotty Vella, also at an 81 overall. James Shim, of course, at an 82. Tanaka at an 81. Napoleon Silk at an 80. And Jace Vines at a 79. Jace Vines was horrible with a 6.69 ERA. It's a 3.69 for Napoleon Silk. Yeah, I feel like Les is cut off there. So, for your relievers, Dennis North is the only one that you really care about. He's up to a 76 at least. 25 years old, still has a potential. For the closers, Rufus Rios up to a 73. And Rod Hennessy at a 75. It's looking good. For the catchers, Richard Pena is an 88 with a 270 average on the season. And a 73 overall now for Delgado. Nighthawk, what's going on? It is good to see you. A little bit of franchise to start things off tonight. First base, Michael Chen up to a 76. Let you guys look at the stat line if you care enough. Second baseman, Eric Carvajal, your #1 overall pick last year, up to a 75. Chavez up to a 79, or still at a 79. Frank Jones is now an 83. Shortstops, Eduardo Garcia up to an 80. Derek Ramirez played 9 games. He's a 76. In the outfield, Salvatore Armas is a 75. He hit 22 dingers, 68 RBIs. Might we have a Rookie of the Year in Armas? Quintana didn't do anything. In center, Corbin Carroll's an 84. Meisner at an 80 and Tejera at a 77. And Will Benson's an 84 out and right. Damn good team, damn good season. 22 homers for Armas, 21 there. 70 RBIs for Pena, led the way. Some filthy goals and a good win for the Bruins tonight. Damn right, Taylor Hall, by the way. Big chef's kiss. Big chef's kiss to Taylor Hall. For the Rockies at this stage, Torres an 82, McIntyre to 76, McDonald to 79, Anthony an 84, Ashcraft an 80, Yamamoto. Well, I guess we'll just go Cedeno at a 78, and Staples at a 74. I mean, 10 wins for my top pitcher. Yamamoto up to a 76. 107 strikeouts. McWilliams an 81. Gonzalez an 82. Zapata an 82. And Bucky Tate at a 77. So my bullpen's looking pretty damn good. For catchers, again, biggest shame this year. My starting catcher gets hurt 28 games into the season. 28 in. Cody, my Diamond Dynasty team's looking pretty good. You'll see it later on in this stream, I hope. And Canadian, what's going on? First base, Andreas Marte up to a 77. Very nice indeed. Very nice. Wasn't he an 85 before? He was, and I have a feeling it's due to his morale. If morale's even in anymore. I don't know if it is. He's probably unhappy about being underpaid, is my theory. Second base, Bobby Jensen up to an 80. Will Shin, a 72. Third base, Rhys Hines up to an 81. It's not bad. Andreas Pena, a 74. Tyler Freeman, an 84. 85 now for Seth Beer, 24 dingers. Kilpatrick, a 73, and a 75 for Kirkpatrick. Hello, Davos. We will eventually play Mario Party. Eventually. Let's see, you got Trimble. Got my first diamond. Corey Seager, not bad. Benito Osuna up to an 81. Kyle Tucker's an 86. James Borden an 82 at the end of his rookie campaign. Both teams are looking damn good. That's what I've been saying. Looking damn good. We'll look at the awards. As NL MVP is Manny Machado. AL MVP goes to Jamie. I'm guessing it's Leash? Lachey. Who knows? Lachey. This dude, 27 years old. Cy Young, Shane Bieber. In the AL, 220 strikeouts in the NL. Lucas Giolito. Not too bad. Batting title, Gleyber Torres in the AL, Manny Machado in the NL. And then we get to the big one, reliever of the year. Rookie of the year. I thought rookie was before reliever. I don't know why. Slagers. Slagers? I don't know. Reliever of the year. In the AL, it is Tyler Alexander. Now the big one, rookie of the year. Salvatore Armas is, I believe, the first Expo to win rookie of the year. Had a feeling when I saw that stat line. Salvatore Armas wins AL Rookie of the Year. And in the NL, all three were Rockies. It goes to Hines at 24 years old, but Andreas Marte and James Borden were also up there. So both sides won Rookie of the Year. Very nice. I think Hines is my third Rookie of the Year, though. And then we get to the Hank Aaron Award, Gleyber Torres and Manny Machado. So, a couple Rookie of the Years. Our best seasons to date on both sides. In theory, the Expos are a little bit ahead, but it doesn't really matter at this stage until the results start to come. World Series goes to Philadelphia. They beat Oakland in the 2026 finale. Sweeping Oakland at that. So, Philadelphia win the deal. And when your roster looks like this, it's not hard to see why. Bellinger, Barrios, Biggio, Harper, Baum, Hoskins, Alvarado, Realmuto, Tim Anderson. Good Lord. This isn't Philly's first World Series recently, is it? It's not. Back-to-back World Series for the Phillies. Of course, they didn't lose a game last year, and I think they only lost once this year. I mean, they are just unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Bryce Harper wins the World Series MVP. Gonna be very, very tough for old Colorado to knock off that roster if they're still around. So that brings us to an off season. Retired players, we lose nobody, which is nice. And Clayton Kershaw goes into the Hall of Fame. 263 wins, a 2.55 career ERA for Clayton Kershaw. 2 career saves. So with that, we get to the nitty-gritty. Our exclusive negotiations. I need to try and re-sign Kyle Tucker. I don't really, number one, I'll tender him a qualifying offer. But let's see what Tucker wants. Ooh, he's expensive. $15 million a year. People actually watch people play the show. They do. Can you believe it? They even watch people not play the game and actually just do this. So Tucker does want term. Damn. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I can't afford to lose him. He's one of my best players. It's just I can't sign him long term. Around like 35 is when he's going to decline. So a 5-year deal is the max. He actually has more interest in a 1-year deal than anything else. So I think I'll go with that. 1 year at 18 million. And we'll see if Tucker's interested. Let's go ahead and try to sign Kyle Tucker for 1 year. And for the Expos, no exclusive free agents. We get to the staff. Nobody needs any new contracts, so that will stay. And we are good to go. So it's just what the hell is going to happen with Kyle Tucker, who does re-sign. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this should be a pretty quick offseason from the looks of it. Let's start off with the Expos. 40-man, so Lucas Ashley. I don't think he'd be claimed, but we are going to have to add him to the 40-man. No reason not to. We have space. Ray Manuel is not yours anyway, so let's add a man who's looking like quite a bust in Lucas Ashley to the 40-man. I don't think you guys are missing anybody else. In terms of arbitration, James Shim is very much yours. It's on $3 million a year. Monkey Dude, what's up? It's a damn shame that the old Mario Party deal happened right as baseball came out, because I don't know. It's going to be tough to find the time. Let's go with... Whoops. Well, that sucks. No, I can do that's like. I mean, still MotoGP. The new one's out too, and I haven't even bought it yet. I'm going to. It's just when am I going to play it? You know. All right, Mr. Shim. Let's give you that $3 million a year arbitration offer. Beautiful. Liberatore, no reason for you guys to give up on him either. I know he's been kind of inconsistent for you guys, but he also wasn't that bad this year. Monkey Dude, I agree with that. Let's see, 10 million for Liberatore. He did bounce back. He did. Mario Golf too. I know, there's so many things. Isn't it nice when there's so many fun games to play? Julian Chavez is also yours. Let's go 3 years at 2.4. So sooner rather than later, guys, we're going to end up at the stage where we're having to make that call of letting certain players from our roster go just because they're looking for too much money. That is going to happen sooner rather than later. Randy Rosario is not yours, nor is Bergen. So just those three to worry about. In terms of the tendering contract offers, let's see who you guys have here. Valentine, might as well still re-sign him. You don't have Benson from there. And center, Rene Perez needs to be signed. Crump and Diaz. Crump's a great name, but he's not yours. Salvatore Armas needs a contract after winning Rookie of the Year. Hernandez and Grubbs are not yours. Shortstops, Eduardo Garcia. To re-sign him. And Derek Ramirez. Sanchez and Dixon do not belong to you guys. Let's see what else we have here. Soiko, give me 2 minutes to make sure I don't miss anything here, and I will gladly explain to you what's going on. Let's see, Eric Carvajal, Johnny Watson, Chavez, that's good. First base, Lucas Ashley needs a deal. Michael Chen's your only other first baseman. Delgado. Not sure how cheap we can get with Delgado, but that works. For your closers, and hello everybody that's just arriving. It is good to see you. I hope all is well. Let's see, Hennessy, sign him up. Rufus Rios, definitely sign him up. He had a really good starting season for you guys. Salazar and former Toronto Raptor Jose Calderon. Manuel Hidalgo is yours, as well as Davis and North. There's Davis, like a bit of a bust. And then for starting pitchers, we have Napoleon Silk, Tom Bowers, John Sisk is yours. Is Lopez. I don't believe Lopez is. I don't think any of these guys are, aside from Anthony Mitchell. Yeah, Lopez isn't yours. Barrera isn't yours. Riggin. Clements. Yeah, just Anthony Mitchell. All right, cool. So we're good. Yeah, as was mentioned in chat there. Again, we do this pretty much on every sports game that I play. Especially, too, if we can do the specific concept where we can control more than one team. But we, break the team down to bare bones and only add through the draft. No trades, no major free agent signings. And since we can control two teams, chat has moved Houston to Montreal. They're now the Expos, and I am controlling the Rockies. And we're going to see who can win a World Series first. That is the deal. I spent 5 hours making my own Monopoly board game for school. That sounds like hell. What'll take longer? The making of the board or playing the game? That's the real question. Alright, and really quickly here, I also got to go over to your roster and cut some dudes, because otherwise you're going to have too many dudes, and it'll tell me to release people later. Jacobson's not yours. Sandoval's not yours. Castro. And Figueroa. Alright, cool. So for the Expos, you guys are set. Just need to wait for certain dudes to sign. That's all. Let's take a look at the Rockies here. So on the 40-man, none of those guys belong to me outside of Lions. I don't know why it would have shown some of those other dudes before Lions. That's kind of crazy. Also kind of scary. Hopefully we don't lose anybody, but Barrett Lions. Definitely add to the 40-man. Aside from that, we should be okay. Should be. Hopefully. Arbitration-wise, Barney Torres. Let's go 3 years at $4 million. 3 years at $4 million per. The servers are still down last I checked, yes. Let's get Torres a new deal. There you go, Barney. Benito Osuna. Let's go 3 years at $1.5. That'd be 4.5 in total. 10 million over 3 years, Mac. 4.5. That's what it was. 4.5 for Mr. Osuna. So we'll definitely get to the Rule 5 here soon. Chris McWilliams. Let's go 3 years at $3 million. I offered 10 million in arbitration. Did I really? I'll go back then. Hey. Wait. 10 million in arbitration. Is that what I did? Ah, yes, you're right. I did. I need to offer him 3.3. Well, here's the thing. I can't not do that now. The good thing is you have enough money that it shouldn't be that bad. And if you do lose somebody, I can obviously just fix it. So, hey, shit happens. Shit happens. That's what happens when people start joining in. They're just like, hey, what's up? While I'm doing something, and I get distracted. It's the worst. It's the worst having people interact with you when you're streaming. The worst. Daniel Yamamoto. Bump that up to 3.6. Good old 3.6. Whoops. Gutu. 2.1. Just had the worst draft. Best A potential was a 57 at 19. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. There have been some very bad drafts that I have seen in this game. Warrior, I would, but you don't exist. And Gil. Alright, cool. So that's good. Then in terms of tendering offers here, let's get another follow bot in here, as if we haven't gotten enough recently. Acosta's not mine. Salinas is not mine. Joey McKenna's never going to develop, but I'll still use him. No Danny Trimble. And then left, Liberato and Pereira. Shortstop, Bob Keane. Pretty big disappointment. We'll still bring it back. Villanueva doesn't exist. Mr. Hines. Still need to re-sign you. Gallardo's not there. Cam Ramos. Rivera. Okay. First base, Andreas Marte. Gonna want a nice little upgrade. Hank Mansfield. As Dio. Carrera doesn't exist for us. Russ Gore. Dwayne Burns needs to be signed. Fabergé Egg. Bassart. And for closers, Charlie Brown. Good old Charlie Brown. And Bryce Bauer. We'll sign those two. Okay, Gross. We need Tom Chung and Jose Guerra. And then for starters, Braxton Ashcraft. Go ahead and drop the money you're making. Spencer Batson. Barrett Lyons. Robert Staples. Definitely take the chance to save me some money. Vladimir Ruiz is mine. As is Lee Pedroza. Dawson. Hippern. And then Ramos is not. None of those guys are. Alright, cool. So we're set. Both teams are set up. We're going to get ready to head towards the Rule 5 here at this stage. And we'll see how this plays out for us. So let me get the old raffle system set up. And we'll see what happens. Who wins F1? I mean, Lewis Hamilton's always the pick. Lewis is going to win until he doesn't. So again, if you want a chance to make a selection in this draft, Rule 5. Rule 5 in chat for the Rule 5 drafts. As Gavin Lux goes to the Padres. Peter Fairbanks to the Blue Jays. Dylan Carlson to the Brewers. Tuki Toussaint to the Rays. Okay, to the Cubs. Ian Anderson to the Giants. Carlos Correa to the Cubs. $26 million a year for the 32-year-old. Francisco Miella to the Brewers. Zach Collins to the Brewers. Acuna to the Angels. 97 overall. Max offer, $31 million a year. Goddamn. Brian Hayes goes to Texas. Now 30 years old. Junice to the Phillies. Aquino to the Mets. Cease to the Nats. Gurriel to the White Sox. Eric Miella to the Indians. Randy to the Indians. Rayleigh to the Braves. Amir Garrett to Oakland. Bubich to the Cardinals. Alright, really quickly. So, still waiting to see what happens with Liberatore. Can you believe he hasn't accepted that offer? Still got over $100 million in space, though. It's not a problem. McWilliams also hasn't accepted for me. The only thing here that I'm surprised by is John Sisk hasn't yet accepted that deal. We'll bump him up in pay. Nobody else matters for you guys. Alright, let's keep going. Domingo Germán to the Reds. Jordan Yamamoto to the Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts to the White Sox. That hurts my soul. Mitch Keller, DJ Stewart on the move. God, we still have these two holdouts for arbitration. What the hell? Liberatore. 3 years. Let's go like $4 million per. Again, both teams still have an ungodly amount of money left over. So. And then for McWilliams, let's go 3 years at like 3.5 per. That should be good to go. Liberatore knows he's about to get paid, apparently. Let's keep going. Alfaro to the Nationals. Trey Turner traded back to the Nationals from the Marlins for Alfaro. Gonna love when that happens. Sixto Sanchez to the Cards. Garrett Cole in a 1-for-1 goes to Cleveland. Alright, so arbitration-wise, we appear to be good. To Rule 5 we go. Newman. Kaboom. Andrew Kirk. Hazley. Alright. Let's do it. We are here. The Rule 5. Number 1 pick to Colorado. Number 6 to the Expos. So again, as always, if you entered the raffle, pay attention. Pay attention. Damn it. Pay attention, and that way you know who is going to be available. Alright, I'm going to run through everything. So, in terms of catchers, I mean, Julio Ramirez is a damn good catcher. Feliciano is also not bad, but obviously a 2-year age gap. So if you were going to go for a catcher, it's clearly going to be Julio Ramirez. That's not even a question. I mean, Santiago's too much of a long shot. First baseman. Honestly, probably not the best draft to take a first baseman. You got Lewin Diaz and Gavin Sheets, but they're both 29 years old. You're just not going to have them for that long. Richard Massey is okay. He's okay. But he's not incredible. Not a good draft for first baseman either. Second base, Frank Ramirez. Frank Ramirez. No, he doesn't belong to either one of us. Okay. Frank Ramirez, 25C and a 78. It's definitely the best second baseman available. Third base, Chauncey Lyle. 26B and a 79. You could risk it with Pablo Rosado. It's either you take the extra 2 overall points with Lyle knowing he's 2 years older, or you go for Rosado and hope he ends up being better. Shortstops, Raul Estrada. Or you go for Jose Ibanez, even though he's a C, but he is 23 years old. So 2 good shortstops available. In left, Bernardo Chavez. Holy hell. Hey, David Ruiz, not David Luiz. 23 being a 79. Chavez is really good. Really good. Damn. In center, you probably don't go for anybody here when Chavez is available. And then in right, you have Deshaun Knowles. But again, by far, if you're taking an outfielder, by far, it's Bernardo Chavez. And then for the pitchers, a couple of risky options here because of the ages. The best pitcher, I mean, you got Billy Dickerson as a starter, but by far, Greg Pringle. 23 being a 78, Gregory Pringle. If we take a starter first, is the way to go. Anybody else is even close? The clear ace is Pringle. Carlos Parra's there as a secondary choice. For relievers, there is actually a good one. As Infinite Hunger gives out the old gifted sub. Thank you for that. Hayden Sheely. Shelley, perhaps? A 26 being a 79. That's really good for a reliever. That's pretty damn good. Cody, often the A potentials are such a low overall, they don't end up mattering. Like, they might be good by the time they're like 28 if you're lucky. And then for closers, Rodney Kellogg. Also not that bad. Luther Duke, Fernandez. 22! Oh, as Warrior drops the 22.
Go back! Where are you? Why me? Why me?
Shout out to Sid Vicious. So there are some very good players available. I do get the first pick here. As much as I like Ramirez, I'm good for catchers. I have Hernandez and Gore, so I'm going to pass. First base. I don't hate the idea of Richard Massey just to have a backup first baseman behind Marte. Second base, I'm good with Bobby Jensen. But again, having someone like Ramirez behind him isn't a bad idea. I don't hate Chauncey Lyle. Like, for the most part, it's like I'm looking for a depth option at this stage. And then shortstop Estrada, who is around Tyler Freeman's age, but there's also Jose Ibanez. Honestly, it's at the stage where it's like, I'm fine. It's just, who do I take? Yeah, I gotta look for the best available. Honestly, another starter isn't the worst idea for me. I do have 5 capable starters, but getting Gregory Pringle into the mix would help a lot. Especially because Dominique Cedeno not going to get much better. And then reliever-wise, I'm pretty much set in terms of relievers. Luther Duke wouldn't be that bad. I think I got to go for the pitcher. As good as that outfielder is, there's enough position players that I could still be happy afterwards. There's clearly above, someone who's head and shoulders above everyone else. I know this might mean that you guys get that left fielder, which is fine. But, yeah, no, I'm taking the starter pick. I'm taking the starting pitcher for sure. Gregory Pringle, welcome to Colorado. That home run per 9 in course. I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. You're aware that I have a decent defensive team, right? Especially in the outfield. I'm feeling okay. Gregory Pringle is the pick. And you guys got lucky because that, that option's still available. That option's still available. The pick belongs to Deeds. Deeds, let's take a look at the team. So again, in terms of a catcher, you don't really need one. You don't. Ramirez is there. You don't really need a catcher. In terms of first baseman, you could use a backup first baseman like Richard Massey, but it's not really the biggest deal in the world. Second base, you're set with Chavez and Carvajal. Third base, you could use a depth third baseman like Chauncey Lyle or Rosado. There are options for, first and third base depth. Shortstop, you're good with Garcia and Ramirez. And then in the outfield, of course, Chavez is there. Right now you have Armas. Of course, you just drafted Gage. In center, you have Carroll, Meisner, and Tejera with Rene Perez in the system. And in right, you have Will Benson. So you're looking at a depth option. Bernardo Chavez is an instant improvement to that outfield, but also that could complicate certain things with how many people you have. In terms of starting pitching, you got a pretty damn good top 5. Tanaka's 28 already, though. But you don't necessarily need another pitcher. Starter, at least. You could use another reliever or two. The bullpen is probably your weakest spot. But, again, you get one position player and one pitcher. Chavez can only play the other outfield spots. So, Deeds, what are you thinking? Now that you've seen the full outlook of what Montreal needs, what are you thinking? The choice is up to Deeds. Who will it be? Who will it be? Is Deeds even here? Nope, he is here. Okay, there we go. Deeds, it is up to you and you alone. Do you go for the best available? Who do you go for? Honestly, we're both set up in a way that, okay, there are plenty of good choices. There are plenty of good options here for you guys. Plenty of good options indeed. Who will it be? Will it be the depth first baseman in Massey? The depth third baseman in Rosado or Chauncey Lyle? Will it be the outfielder? Will it be the reliever? Who will it be? He's going for Chavez. He's going for Chavez, the outfield option, and who looks like clearly the best position player, Bernardo Chavez. I take the best pitcher. You guys take the best bullpen or the best outfield player. It's a good choice. There goes Chavez. All right, so for the Rockies, then, I need to take a position player. Again, a backup catcher is not a big need. A depth first baseman and Massey's not a bad choice. Let's see. I don't desperately need Ramirez. Like, if there's an injury to Marte, I'm screwed when it comes to first baseman. Chauncey can play first. Fox, dropping the bits. You'll love to see it. Massey can play the outfield. I might have to go for Chauncey Lyle, because he can play first. Whereas Rosado and Massey, I mean, they don't have the depth options. I think I got my choice. I think for the second year in a row, I'm taking a third baseman. We took Hines last year, and this year, it'll be the third baseman in Chauncey Lyle, selected as my position player. For the Expos, it has to be a pitcher, and the pick belongs to Dude. To Dude Enoch, the Dude. Again, in terms of starting pitchers, not the biggest need in the world. You desperately need a bullpen option. If you were to take a starter, like I said, your best option is probably Shane Baz, 26 being a 78. He's probably your best option. Again, or Carlos Parra, 23 being a 75. So, likely to be a reliever. And in terms of age, Luther Duke, 26 being a 77, is a pretty good shout. And probably your best shout is Luther Duke. In terms of age. Doesn't have much in terms of breaker control. But he throws hard-ish. Ish. I need to get. I just told you. I just told you what it was. Am I following the under 18s? Not really. Not as prestigious. What pitches does he throw with a 46 break? Fastball, changeup, sinker. I mean, again, in terms of the relief pitchers, there's really nobody great that's a natural reliever. Like, your best bet, pretty much outright, is Duke, unless you want to go for Kellogg, who's 2 years older. AJ, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bagel, I'll look in a minute. See where he went. So Duke, Casanova, or Cruz? I mean, pretty much. It just depends. Like, you gotta factor in the age. You know, players can start to regress around 32, 33, even as early as 30. So, you get that decent starter, but you really do need that bullpen help. Which is where Luther Duke comes in. Or you can say, screw that bullpen help for the moment. And, go after one Carlos Parra, who's really not that bad. He's going with Duke. Can you make that officially official? Is that officially official to go for the goateed one, Luther Duke? Will it be officially official? think it is. It's confirmed. Luther Duke to the Expos. And with that, we are out of the Rule 5. And it was... I forget what reliever we were looking for. Oh, Shealy went second right behind me. Yeah, there we go. Skip the pick for the Rockies, skip the pick for the Expos, and we are good. We are good. So that's another Rule 5 in the books. Both teams looking pretty damn good moving forward. 95 overall pitcher to the Cards. David Dahl traded to the Blue Jays. I'm going to be very intrigued. Anthony Rendon to the Blue Jays. Problem is, he's 36. Going to be very, very intrigued to see what these teams look like here at the end of this offseason. Really quickly, before we set that up, I want to take a look at the default top prospects list. Apparently Kelenic at 26 is still a prospect. You do have Gregory Pringle up there. 12th on the prospects list. Tom Bowers is up there for the Expos. At number 19. Rockies also have Spencer Batson. Expos with Derek Gage making his debut at 43. Not too shabby. So, yeah, we'll cut it there to be able to set this team up. And we will probably get to the regular season tonight, too.